Hey y'all, Nicholas DeMario of SterlingKisses.com here, and today we're going to take a look at two new castable resins from Resinworks3D EasyCast Series 200 and 400. What's so special about them is that they're both wax-based resins. The Green 200 series has 20% wax content and is designed for light to medium-sized pieces, while the Orange 400 series has a 40% wax content with larger pieces in mind. Despite the wax content in these resins, they do not need a heated environment to work. These were printed on a frozen Sonic 4K at room temperature. We'll take a closer look at them once they're cleaned up. Excess resin is removed with a quick wash in isopropyl alcohol. The pieces took on a more pale color after the wash. They are then cured for 40 minutes under UV light. And that's it. No need to submerge them in mineral oil or glycerin or to heat cure them. They're just ready to go. The prints look super smooth and all the details show up nicely. They've also become more rigid after curing. I thought these pieces would make for a good test of the 200 series. They're lightweight with lots of details. Here, extra sprues were added to help metal flow to the thinner areas. They are placed in a flask and investment is mixed. I'm using Prestige Optima investment at a ratio of 38 to 100. Usually when casting 3D printed jewelry, I add boric acid here to strengthen the investment, but that's not necessary anymore with this new resin. The flasks are left to dry for 4 hours and are then placed in a kiln programmed to Resinworks' burnout cycle. Roughly 12 hours later, the burnout cycle is complete. These pieces are being cast in 14 karat yellow gold. For these small pieces, I'm using a flask temperature of 1150 degrees Fahrenheit, while the gold was heated to 1765 degrees Fahrenheit. A few minutes later, the flasks are quenched to break away the investment and free the castings. There was a green residue left behind when removing the pieces. This brushed right off, though. The resin simply stained the investment and had no harm on the casting. The pieces were cut free, and here they are right after tumbling. I found that the holes on this Shroud of Turin pendant are prone to fill in when using other resins, but the Series 200 resin cast perfectly. This Bitcoin skull ring also cast perfectly without defects. Well, so far so good, but let's try something bigger. This piece was printed in the EasyCast Series 400 resin. The 40% wax content of this resin is meant for larger pieces like class rings, so I thought this bangle would be a good test. It was cleaned and cured in the same manner as the green resin, and wow, just look at how buttery smooth this print came out. While the pieces are durable after curing, removing the supports left some divots behind. This might have been avoided if I had removed the supports before curing. The divots are simply covered with wax. Investment was mixed again without boric acid, and I used the same recommended burnout cycle. I still used a fairly hot flask, 1000 degrees, and the silver temperature was 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're a regular to this channel, you might remember that I've made this piece before and went through the whole process of making a mold and injecting wax because of how hard it can be to cast large resin prints. But this Series 400 stuff just blew my mind. No boric acid, no tricks, it just worked. Now all that's left to do is some basic cleanup and set some stones before polishing. Overall, it was a great experience working with these new Resinworks3D materials. It's the closest resin I've used so far that offers a casting experience that actually casts like wax. So long as the burnout schedule is followed and prints are fully cured, you should get some beautiful and pain-free castings from this resin. As always, hope you all enjoyed the video. I'm Nicholas DeMario of SterlingKisses.com. Thanks for watching.